The deck is still on fire.
Oh, a deck is still on fire. A deck of a ship. Of a ship that unfolds and does all sorts of crazy stuff and even launches like little submarine attachments and all sorts of things.
But Jacob, all of these things, what crazy world could this all be in?
Oh, all these crazy things are possible in the wonderful, masterful world of Eiichiro Oda's One Piece.
There we go.
That's right. Welcome back to the Grand Line Tourist, a chapter-by-chapter examining, if you are like myself for the first time on the cruise, or re-examining, if you're like my friend across the internet there, of this wonderful work. I am doing the examining. I'm your tourist, Jacob Jarecki, and across from me is none other than
me, the tour guide, Eric Sivu, who gave that beautiful segue alley-oop to Jacob over there to dunk into our intro. Did you guys see that? I have a bunch of metaphors going on today, and it feels good. I feel in a good spot today for this recording.
No, it's nice. Yeah, we'll start with basketball, and then we'll work our way through all the sports that are in the Olympics only. Did you say curling?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know any curling terms.
That thing. Sweeping.
We got a sweep.
There's definitely a sweep. Yeah, we got sweeps.
Well, the thing is, I don't know if it's called sweeps. You know what I mean? I know that's what they look like they're doing. I doubt they're even called brooms. They're probably called like stickars, and like you just got to do the just got to crava the ball. And
every
that's
sport
how you
has weird terms to kind of put you in the in crowd when you play it. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's one of those.
Yeah.
Things. They probably call it like brush sticks.
Yeah, brush sticks. Use the brush sticks to creval the ball towards the hoop, toward the little goal pole host.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
so before I let Jacob take over by going into the itinerary, I'm just gonna go real quick to letter report. Letter report.
Letter. All right.
And this is more of a self letter, so I guess it's more of an announcement. And then there's a letter within the announcement. We have the Grand Line Tours podcast has officially created a Facebook group. Yes, folks.
What?
The year is 2022, and yes, you heard that right. We've created a Facebook group, not a Discord, not a TikTok. I don't know what you kids do these days.
No way.
No,
we want
none of
Zuckerberg to join.
No. Exactly. Anyways, name of our Facebook group is called Grand Line Tours and Tour Guides. Open to all levels of One Piece readership or viewership. Just come on in and join. If you don't mind, obviously, sharing your full name because that's how Facebook works. Or, I don't know, maybe you have a fake account that you use on Facebook. We're open to all. We have very few rules. The biggest rule is don't spoil this story for Jacob. Come on.
That's right. Keep me. I need to be a naive little tourist in this world.
Yeah, but it should be fun. We hope to engage with our fans and like just listeners and all that good stuff in different ways through that Facebook group. Just like actually a suggestion from fan of the podcast already and friend of ours, Christian, mentioned that maybe we should watch the first One Piece movie that apparently happens a little bit after they recruited Usopp. So, which we might actually end up doing. Jacob, is that something you're open to? Maybe we should watch the movie before our next shore leave, because I feel like this arc's coming to.
I'm definitely open to this sort of thing. Yeah, like I've heard, it's canon, I guess, right?
Usually not.
Oh, okay. So like it's spin-off. Is like different stories. Like
just stuff. Like a mini story that happens in between. You had a pretty fun comment about how it's going to be different hearing voices to the characters.
Yeah.
So that feels like a good topic.
It would be cool at some point just to see a little bit of either the anime or anime in movie form, just because a lot of people connected to One Piece that way, right? And so I have no connection to that aspect of One Piece at all. So it would be interesting to be like, oh gosh, or like it'll be like, oh no, this is really cool. I don't know. Also, color is gonna be weird.
Yeah,
I'm not used to color in my One Piece world.
What was I gonna say? I feel like for this first movie, we should watch it in Japanese, and then the next movie, you should watch it dubbed.
Is there like an official stance on One Piece of whether dub? Like, I don't even know if for this movie would it even have the same dub versus sub acting possibilities as the show.
I have no idea because it's an older movie too, so I have no idea.
No, I'm really okay going in any which ways. We'll pick the way and we'll do it the same. I like this
well, now
idea.
because you're slowly becoming an anime and manga fan, there is a huge debate amongst anime viewers about what should you be watching, subbed or dubbed.
I'm a fan of our dub, the dub me and you are going to do for every episode.
Oh, no. It sounds like a fun idea until we have to commit to a half hour of making up lines.
Oh no, it would take us, we think we put a lot of effort in this podcast if we tried to dub an episode. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But anyway, stick around, folks, for that. Well, after this arc, we'll obviously do a short leave again just to kind of talk about where we are and all that stuff. But probably we'll do like a little watch party or a little watch a movie watching review party, I guess is what it would be.
Movie night.
Right? Like,
definitely.
Like a movie club. Like
I feel like as a part of shore leave, we get to take in a film,
Yeah.
It makes sense. Film. Yeah, a One Piece film. How on topic. Well, you know what? I think with that, are you ready to move along to the itinerary for Chapter 59, Sanji's Debt?
Yes, let's do it.
I was expecting a no. And now I don't know what to do. Now I got to go through with this? Oh, my goodness. Well, Chef Zeff, he doesn't want Sanji's sacrificial favor. He's like, what's going on? What's going on here, Sanji? Like, I don't need you to do this for me. But Sanji says that he owes him. If he didn't give Sanji, the food, he'd still have his leg and be all but invincible right now and able to defend himself against, all these, invading pirates, Krieg, Pearl, yada, yada. Oh, and speaking of Pearl, Pearl is kind of is ready to just keep walloping on Sanji. He's like, winner takes all, right? He kind of looks at Jin and Krieg, kind of asserting their crew culture, and he gives Sanji another wallop, a double check from Pearl. Pearl continues to get very close to burning the entire ship, kind of defeating the purpose of everything that everyone's kind of working for here. So we're in this weird spot where a lot of different things are going on. Pearl's having fun beating people up. Luffy and Sanji are scared for Zeff. It's very interesting.
Yep.
But we've seen a lot of close-ups of Luffy's face throughout this battle, kind of holding back. That time is over because Luffy intervenes. He does gum battle axe, leg straight up into the air, super high. The foot just keeps going, and then it comes straight down.
Is that the first instance of a battle axe?
I think so. I would have remembered a battle axe. That one's pretty iconic. Like, this is definitely the first battle axe. And then he breaks the fin of the little brassiere, the deck that everyone is standing on.
Standing on, yeah.
Yeah, and so, now we got people in the water, things are getting crazy. Jin is commanded by Krieg to just off the chef. What are we doing here? The ship's gonna burn, Luffy's gonna destroy it. And Luffy actually goes as far as to threaten to sink the ship, take the prize away from everybody, maybe defuse the situation. Oh, gosh, things are, a lot happening. Sanji's upset about this because he's trying to protect the ship, right? Like,
well, Luffy's doing the whole parent thing where two kids are fighting over toys. Like, well, now I gotta just destroy the toy so no one has it.
And then Luffy, points out that, hey, getting killed by Pearl or whatever is no way to pay back your debt. His life wasn't saved by Zeff to just be thrown away. Yeah. And then Pearl, rushes Luffy and Sanji, but who intervenes? Who intervenes, Eric? And
the one
who shows
the only Krieg pirate with some sort of honor is Jin, and Jin goes, he drops his gun and nails Pearl, breaks Pearl's gigantic stomach shield.
And with an interesting weapon, with this like side handle baton sort of thing,
like a mace looking hand holding thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are they called? What are they called?
So I mentioned side handle baton because I specifically looked up because I was like, what is that weapon called? I think it is a baton. Because I tried to find it by looking up kind of like the British police force. I feel like that's what they carried around, and that was the name that kept coming up, side handle baton, and specifically the Mana Danuk PR-24 side handle baton is the one that looked closest to it, which I was just like, oh my goodness, people have names that sound like weapons for their
I have a weird affinity
batons.
for these weapons because I as a kid I owned like a 3D fighting game, and one of the characters, like the girl cop character, had those side handle batons. And so I really dig him. Yeah, so every time I see him, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. That was my favorite character. I don't
No, so in a fighter lineup, you would pick Jin because you're like, yes, Jin's got
Yeah.
the side handle batons.
If there was a One Piece fighting game, which I'm sure there has to be at this point, yeah, I'd play Jin.
Yeah. Well, you know who wouldn't play Jin? Krieg. Krieg's upset at Jin because he's basically been betrayed by him, right? You know?
Yeah, well,
stepping
Krieg's
in-
eyes, he's always getting betrayed. This man,
Oh, yeah.
ego is so low.
You could serve Jin a nice bit of food. You betrayed him somehow, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
This is the food I want.
His ego's not low. His self-esteem's so low. He has high
Yeah.
ego.
Yeah, high ego and a high forehead and lots of mutton chops.
Yeah.
But Jin, you know, says that, hey, we owe our lives to Sanji, you know? And so
Yep.
if anyone's going to send Sanji to the grave, it's going to be me. So that's a quick turn there, right? Like a save by Jin, and then apparently like, you know, like an invitation to battle from Jin right there.
It's an honor between pirates sort of deal here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we end also, I think we end on, what is it? It's Krieg calling Jin the battle commander of the pirate armada, which feels like, I think we're gearing up for a battle. We kind of like, we named Jin. We gave him like this official title.
Exactly.
And yeah.
Here's his stance in my army. Yeah. Here's his
I'm
level.
kind of expecting, I like, you know, this isn't worth a tinfoil hat for, but I don't know if we've had a character splash for Jin. Maybe we get one at the beginning of next chapter. With that title
we
next to
had
it.
a character splash, but I think
We had
it just
one?
said,
Okay.
I think it just said a Creek pirate.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, that kind of takes us through the chapter. Except.
Yeah. This just saying. Cover story.
Buggy's crew after the battle, part 18. Rampage, sleepwalking Richie. Yes, Eric. Yes,
Dude.
I feel like my tinfoil hat is shining the light
Richie is
across
like, I'm
all the
captain
world.
now. Yeah. He's the captain now.
It's not. I wouldn't say we're confirmed yet, but yeah,
We're not.
he,
Yeah, but I mean, he's in the lead because he's
Well,
sleepwalking.
the problem is, yeah, even if he didn't want to actually be the captain, he's accidentally defeated both the champions. You know what I mean? Making him the only champion left. He's asleep. You know, he's dreaming of fighting dragons on a little cute little boat all by himself. And Kabahi and Mohi are like face flat on the ground. And yeah, we'll have to see how this continues to go. But
what a fun little story at this point, right? Like we thought, because like Oda's done this before, where the cover story, something's going on in the background, you have like its own little funny little joke. But then for it to pay off this way, it's just a fun little break of pattern that makes it just really funny for him to win. And I think my favorite is look at this owl, dude. This owl is so
yeah.
worried.
Yeah, like I don't know why is it worried.
Well, he's worried because now he's like, oh no, the lion's gonna be the captain.
He should be excited. That owl should have his tinfoil hat on and be like, with me, super pumped, is what that owl should be doing.
Oh man, I am excited for the next cover story. You're right. This is great. 18 parts
Yeah.
of nothing but just solid out of the park, just paneling.
No, it's incredible. I think at some point I would totally buy like a collected edition of cover stories in order to like read as a comic, you know, read as a manga, just by themselves. It'd be
I think
fun.
they have that. I don't know. That'd be great. But I definitely think they have that, like a coffee table book thing. Yeah.
That is perfect for a coffee table. And then people that don't know One Piece will be so confused. They'll be like, "What is this coffee table book?
That's
you know,
all.
why is the panels are so big?" I know it's so much fun.
Yeah.
No, that said, we should dive in here. We got
Yeah.
any what's on your mind with this chapter?
Today-
A lot happens. Yeah.
Today's topic: debt. What is it good for?
Absolutely everything.
Yeah, at least in Sanji's eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you have any initial thoughts before we kind of deep dive into like this concept of his debt and his guilt, essentially?
Yeah. No, it's really interesting. I think it was cool to see Luffy finally step in, and I think it was because he kind of understood what was going on between Sanji and Zeff, and I think he was noticing that like Sanji isn't living for himself right now. He's kind of living under this debt, this weight of something that really isn't his. And I wouldn't say, it doesn't seem like Zeff is like forcing him to do that, but this is like the pressure that Sanji feels. And that's why we kind of have this big moment where Luffy says, you know, why was your life given back to you if you're just going to throw it away like this? It's like the fact that it's leading Sanji to throw away his life kind of speaks to something being wrong with the way Sanji's going about things. We understand it. It's not like it doesn't check out, but it does seem unideal. I don't know. What do you think of all that?
Yeah, I like I said last chapter, they are Luffy and Sanji are both two sides of the same coin, right? Like you and I, we made the comparison last chapter about how this is very similar to what Shanks did. Shanks gave up a piece of himself, literally, so Luffy can live. Right? Same thing here. Zeff ate a piece of himself so Sanji can live. Like, it's the same thing, but they're both going about that gift in different ways. Luffy is like, I am gonna go and follow my dream of being Pirate King. Sure, it's also the same dream that Shanks kind of has, right? Well, Shanks' dream is to kind of see everything, I think, right? Like, to explore the whole world and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
But, again, like Luffy says, the gift that they gave us is a gift of life. It isn't the gift to be indebted or to be a debt, right? To be in debt to these folks. Because Sanji instantly does that when he finds out that Zeff gave up his foot, right? Sanji's the first one, and then, Zeff says in passing right there while they're starving, like, I'll make a restaurant in the sea. Sanji's like, I'm in for that. Let me help you. I'll do it, right? But it also leads to, like, why he's so angry. Sanji, like, why he's so angry about dreams, about these things. Because dreams, like, any good dream worth chasing comes with some cost. Sanji feels like he's paid too much already, right? The cost of his dream so far is Zeff's leg, is Zeff's future. So how could he possibly continue chasing this dream where he's taken away so much from Zeff? So now he feels indebted. But they're fighting, like, they're clashing here, which is what Luffy is trying to tell him. Like, you can't... The dying for this thing, or like you said, he's not living. You aren't living. You're making a sacrifice no one's asking you to do, which is what we've got from Zeff too. Zeff throws him into tables, tells him to leave whenever, and he just won't do it. Yeah.
No, it's totally interesting. It really reminds me a lot of real life, this one a little bit, because a lot of people, I think I mentioned there for a second, debt in regards to like college and stuff. And you can think about your parents potentially, working all their lives to either get you through college or get you to the point where you can go to college, and then it does feel for a lot of people, they may have actually real debt if they have college, stuff they need to pay for as well. But you also have this debt to the people that got you to the point where you could even do that, right? Mm-hmm. And I think there's a big struggle between how much do you owe people something that they gave for you willingly, Yeah. Mm-hmm. Zeff didn't check with Sanji before deciding to do his leg thing, right? Sanji might have said no, and like, I don't want that debt on me. And it's similar, I think, a lot of people with their parents, that's what their parents give for them. You never really get to, when you're being born, ask them, are you ready? Like, I want to opt out. I don't want you guys to sacrifice so much for me, right? It happens. And then, at some point, you got to realize that you can, in some way, live for yourself in a healthy way that exists apart from these people that gave up something for you. Them giving up something for you, it means something, and it is worth something, but it's kind of up for the people involved in that to decide what that is, as opposed to lots of assumptions and then just like, no, I'm doing this. And Sanji in a way is taking the easy road out. Like, I'm indebted to you, this is just my life now, is what I'm going to do. Kind of takes away a lot of his choices. But we expect more of Sanji. We want more from that guy.
How much do you think this is motivated by fear? Like, it's an excuse right now. Like, he saw
an excuse not to pursue his dream, right?
Yeah.
He can ditch it.
Right? Because now right here, this is easy. Oh, look, we got Zeff's dream of making a ocean-faring restaurant, right? But I think he is really afraid of, like, chasing all blue because, well, that's stupid. People lose legs, people die doing that, right?
Yeah.
But, like, I think that's why Luffy is so good for him. Because, if anything, Luffy is an agent of change. That's what we've established in every story. Every time he shows up, he is an agent of change. He comes, he sees the status quo of your life, and he's going to affect it in some capacity. Wherever he goes, things happen. This is a theme for One Piece. He goes to places, and things change. That's it.
And it's cool. I like it. Agent of change, and agent of change in a way where it's almost like his outlook forces other people to change a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, Sanji can't meet Luffy's outlook on the world of, I chase my dreams, and why aren't you?
Yeah.
And Sanji's not going to be able to sit with that anymore.
Yeah.
And so, therefore, he's going to have to change. And
because, like, who else is gonna convince you to follow your dream but Luffy? Look, Luffy let this is another cool thing that ties into Zolo too. Luffy let Zolo fight Mihawk 1-on-1. period. Did not interrupt, right? And Sanji got to watch Zolo like chase it and fight and then almost die. Sanji again at that point was like, this is really stupid. Why would you die? Just stay down, right? But also at the same time, like, but this is his outlook right now on everything. This is such a good story arc. Now that we're going so slow, I get to reread it for a third time, or experience the story like for a thirdish time. I get to see like, oh, it's really masterfully crafted in a way for Sanji to confront a lot of these things, which is why he has to fight Jin. Like, the Jin is he's just a good representation of what it means for him to chase his thing, because Jin is just the best, the most honorable Krieg pirate, I guess, and he's relating to that. Like they're vibing on that level. Like in a different life,
the shotgun at Zeff's head, Eric.
Yeah. But I mean, like in a different life, those two could have been friends. Sanji and Jin could have been friends. That's why they need to fight each other to finish this thing off. And I also wrote down that this is just again another example of men who can't speak from their heart. All of this could have been solved if at any point Zeff was like, listen, Sanji, I know what I gave up for you, but I want you just to live your life and go. You know, like, that could have been it. Instead, Zeff throws him into tables and calls him a crap boy. Like,
crap geezer, crap boy. No, it's, this is a little call out for everybody in the world, you know?
Yeah.
Say what you need to say occasionally.
Say what you need to say.
It can help. Say what you want to say.
Yeah, dude, or else,
lets the words fall out.
Oh yeah, before people get guns pointed in their heads and restaurants are put on fire. You know what I mean? Like, if they would have just had one honest conversation, then I think it would have helped a lot.
Definitely. A fun little thing I wanted to point out, which is a little not quite as heavy thematically, but Pearl kind of gets his own font in this chapter.
Yeah.
Like I was we kind of looked last chapter at like there was a POV shot from Sanji that I quite liked. And I just was noticing that Pearl has his own font wording. I don't know if that's a common thing we're going to see for other characters now. Pearl did not have his own font before.
Really?
So I just thought that was interesting. No, he didn't always have this font, like these kind of, I don't know, it feels very Pearlish. It's funny. I don't imagine that whatever you're imagining as Pearl's voice is what I imagine as Pearl's voice, but the font kind of helps color a little bit. So I just wanted to call it out as a fun technique that I'm going to keep my eyes out for, because I think before this we usually have the same font for everybody, with some minor changes here and there. So I'm on the lookout for fonts. I'm on a font hunt.
You're on a font hunt.
We're going to have a new section of the podcast called the Font of Knowledge.
Yeah, the Font of Knowledge, dude. One Piece has affected us because we're very punny in our podcast now. I think in my head he kind of sounds a little bit like Gaston from Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah,
because he's supposed to also look really pretty, but he's also completely empty inside. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, empty inside, but very protective of that emptiness. He's gonna protect that emptiness with also. But yeah, also okay. Another topic is the power levels of different characters. Jin just sort of levels Pearl pretty fast.
Yeah.
And we've seen Sanji, like basically, I'm thinking a Jin Sanji fight, which maybe is what we're gearing up for here, is going to be a very interesting fight to witness. Because we've seen Sanji just kind of have pretty epic kick powers against all these pirates, and we've now seen Jin. We haven't seen as much of him, but we've seen his ruthlessness, and we've seen him plow through Pearl, which was giving everybody trouble. So, very interesting fight we're gearing up towards.
Yeah, and it's good. It's like you and I talked about. This was the fight that I wanted maybe 3 chapters ago, but we had obviously so many things come in the way. But it's only right. Like, it's like Jin said, like, this Sanji saved my life and your life, Krieg. I'm gonna fight him. You know? Yeah. And this is it. And then it should be that way, because I think Jin was really hoping, I think as sneaky as it was to attack Zeff from behind and break his peg leg, I think he thought that was mercy. Right? Like, just leave.
Yeah, well, he was just trying to clean up. Get this whole situation dealt with.
Done. Right? But now he's like, okay, obviously this isn't going to work out that way. And this weird devil fruit kid is breaking up the ship.
Yeah, we got problems.
Right? At this point, let's do the whole, like, me versus you, whoever wins, like, it's done. You know?
A formal challenge actually might be a good idea, because that Luffy usually respects that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So It also means that like he might be able to bypass any potential fighting of Luffy, which is never a good idea. If you can avoid fighting Luffy, you should.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's pretty much everything I kind of want to talk about here, because that is the biggest theme here. Is we got to deconstruct why Sanji's so against dreams and his guilt and his debt.
Oh yeah. No, I think we really hit it.
You know what? It's also pretty funny. That actually is kind of like a mini theme to this whole arc, because currently Luffy's in debt to Zeff too.
Oh my goodness, forgot about that. Yeah. Well, he's trying to pay it off by I think he was supposed to get rid of the pirates or something, right?
Right. Yeah. So this is the final. Yeah, his final debt. Because
Luffy's not necessarily holding up his end of the bargain. He's letting other people take care of it for him.
Yeah. So good. So there is like a miniature theme of like being indebted and the things that restricts you from, and what you can actually do as a person. So. Yeah.
No, that said, this is again another pretty serious chapter. I'm sure there were some puns I missed.
I have a joke actually.
Okay, I'll let you lead in with that joke. What do you got?
The one haha in the whole thing I think that I thought was funny was in the end when Jin's like, I'm gonna fight Sanji 1-on-1, right? He stopped holding Zeff hostage. I like the small joke of that Luffy called it his lure out strategy. And he's like, phew, see, it all worked out. Me destroying the debt made this all work out. I think it's the one
good
joke.
Old Luffy logic. Yeah.
Yes. Which Sanji automatically calls him out of, like, that was never the plan.
No, well, with that ha-ha, I think it's time to get into some har-har and then get into some ah-ah, which is that backwards sort of, or like rah-rah. Basically, I'm ready to throw some punches. I'm ready to send my panel at you in the panel battle, and we encourage all tourists and or tour guides in training and or, I don't know, there's got to be some other categories out there. We want you to tell us what your category is at grandlinetourist@gmail.com. Send it in. Either before the chapter, after the chapter, during the chapter, whenever you find time, we'll take a look at them and we'll read them out and we'll put them in the ring. Eric, I'm about to fire the first blow. Are you ready?
Yeah, do it. Pearl surprise punch me.
Pearl surprise double attack. It's not a double attack, it's just one, but there you go.
Whoa, this panel's in here? Oh no, did I miss it?
Oh yeah. Oh baby.
Wow. What a beautiful panel, my man.
Let everyone know what you're seeing. I really like this one.
Yeah, it is a kind of like a grayed out panel. It's small, but it's just a quick shot of Shanks without his arm.
Yeah, and I think it's really an exact copy of.
It's a flashback.
A section, yeah. It's a flashback and it's an exact copy of that panel from way earlier when Shanks does lose that arm, and it's put between the panel where Luffy says he didn't save your life, so you could throw it away. So it's sort of this. It's like Luffy almost talking to himself.
Mm-hmm, exactly. Yeah, and it's again, this is just to reinforce my thing, the two sides of the same coin, right? Like Luffy's looking at it. Sanji needs to look at it differently. Is what Luffy is telling Sanji at this point. You need to look at this differently. You can't just sit here and think about it the same way.
Yeah. No, so I really like that one. I question whether you'll be able to throw back a panel with such force, with such fervor, with such impactful resonance across. Oh, here it is. That was quick. In the middle of my speaking there. We got getting killed is no way to pay your debt. Coming out of Luffy as Luffy with his right hand grabs Sanji's very suave clothes. Sanji, having been beat up repeatedly by Pearl, has some blood dripping down. He's got his nice curly eyebrow. They're looking a little bit angry, a little bit antagonistic at each other.
Yeah, this panel is actually the panel right before yours.
Oh, yeah, we're on the same page here.
Yeah.
Ding, ding. But no, I like this one. It's
Agent of Change, my man. I think that's why I like the panel so much.
Yeah, this one, it really is propelling Sanji on his way, right?
Yeah.
This is literally Luffy telling him, what you're doing with your life isn't working. He's not putting it in those words. He's laying it out there, though.
Yeah, this is a start your hero's journey, Sanji, sort of deal. And you know what I like about it too is that we clearly have Luffy's full, like, visual aesthetic in there because the straw hat's in there. He's pushing Sanji to change in a good way. Like it's everything. It's everything, and I love that he snuck in the Shanks panel that you chose for us so brilliantly. So. Yeah,
no, and I've got all these nice action lines making this panel look really intense. Like you can feel Luffy grabbing the coat, the nice coat. I think it's like a coat. Sanji wears interesting clothes. He's got like a coat with a tie underneath it. But yeah, Luffy's grabbing onto that.
Mm-hmm. A double-breasted a jacket, it looks like.
Yeah, we're learning a lot today. We learned about like the name of batons. We learned about jacket names, double-breasted. This is a very big learning opportunity for everybody out there. You know.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is key. This is obviously what One Piece is very good at. Agent of Change.
Yeah.
And he's also just very good at reminding him, like, you can't... Luffy just looks at it as the simplest terms, right? And he has just different views on life. And I think this is one of those things where he's like, the simplest answer, Sanji, is just to live. And you're not doing that right now. You've chosen the harder path, which is to give up.
It's one of those things, too, that you every once in a while, you just need someone to come and grab you by the double-breasted jacket and tell you that. Like, be like, hey, you living? You living right? You're not hiding from stuff, are you? And you're like, aw, dagnabbit, why'd you have to say that now? Now I gotta go deal with all this. That said, Eric, what should we deal with today as we make our wacky noises to, bookend our podcast?
I think we need to make the noises of I will be Jin rushing at you with my mace batons, and you will be the shattering of Pearl's shield.
Alrighty. I am the shattering of Pearl's shield. I did not imagine that's what I was going to get to be today, but I am ready. I'm embodying my character.
Here we go.
Oh, I'm so pretty.